So now, what Samkhya says about the whole creation basically. To understand the union or totality, we need to understand how the creation happened, right? How it was created according to yoga and Samkhya point of view. Then only we can see how you can unite. Is it okay? So according to Samkhya, the creation started with Purusha and Prakriti. What is Purusha? The consciousness. In page number 17 you can see in your manual. This chart is already given. I just put English name. There is Sanskrit name is also there. Page number 17 in your manual. Yeah? So Purusha is consciousness. Prakriti is nature. Yeah? So what they say, when Purusha and Prakriti come together, everything start manifesting. For example, you know the banyan tree, right? Banyan tree? Yeah, you know the big banyan tree? Yeah? And the seed is very teeny tiny, right? If you keep the banyan seed in a glass jar, right? And tie it, knot it, maybe in 1 million years also, it will not be a banyan tree. No? But the moment the seed of the banyan tree or any tree, when it comes in contact with the fertile land, what happens? It starts manifesting, right? Slowly a small plant and then bigger and then bigger. And then you say a huge banyan tree. So that means the possibility of the banyan tree is actually already there in the seed. Seed has all the possibility. Only problem with the seed is it can manifest when it gets the suitable situation. If you keep it in the glass jar, it will never be a big banyan tree. But the moment it comes in contact with the fertile land, all the possibilities start, all the manifestation is possible and it getting started, right? So that way, Purusha and Prakriti, when they come together in proximity, then they start manifesting everything. Yeah? So everything, whatever you are seeing within us, around us, is actually combination of Purusha and Prakriti, right? Everything is conscious, right? When we say, oh, I was not conscious, this is actually wrong statement. You know, when we say, oh, she is not conscious at that moment, this is wrong statement. Even this wall is conscious. No? Maybe it's not that aware as you are, but it is conscious. No? So according to the Samkhya, the consciousness is the very basic element that is needed to manifest anything in the cosmos. So whatever you are seeing in the universe, in the cosmos, everything is made of these two, consciousness and nature, right? When they combine together, all the manifestation start. Yeah? You can certainly say someone is more aware, someone is less aware. That's true, that's possible, right? But you cannot say something is not conscious. It is not possible. Is it okay, guys? Yeah? So here we say in Samkhya or in yoga, everything come out from the consciousness. But in modern way, if you look at it, they say things come out from the matters. From non-living to living. But here, everything is living. Everything is conscious. Only the difference is the degree of awareness is different. You know? You getting my point? Degree of awareness is different. That's all. Otherwise, everyone, every being, matter, whatever you say, living being, non-living being, everything is living being here. Is that okay? Because of the consciousness. Yeah? And here, there is no concept like non-living being. Okay? So these Purusha and Prakriti, when they come together, they make first evolutes, first thing that comes to intellect. And what intellect does? What your intellect does? It start discriminate. No, this is me, this is you. No? So first time when we start feeling individuality is because of this intellect. Because of this intellect, we start feeling separate. We start feeling more individual, we don't feel like united with everyone. You getting my point? Yeah? Christine?
Yes.
Okay. So because of this intellect, which has capability to discriminate, this is me, this is you, and then you start feeling separation basically. Is it okay? Okay. And then second evolutes that comes is the ego, ahamkara. In Sanskrit we say ahamkara. What ego does? It is a driving force. Ego is not considered as a bad or as a good. It is not good or bad, right? You can say ego is like a driving force that drives. For example, all the way you come here to do the TTC, so much, trouble and travel and so many things you need to handle here, but you are here is because there is a driving force in you. No, if there was no driving force, you say, leave it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to India in such a wild country, so many problems, mosquito, this insect and you don't know what's going to happen. Outside there is so much water that you never seen in your yeah. So even with so many odds, you came, right? There was some driving force, that's why you are here. So yoga, you can say, it is the driving force. It can drive you to do the good things as well as bad things also. Ego is not always bad. Is okay? It is just a driving force that can make you do the good things as well as make you do the bad things. Is okay? So ego is that thing. Yeah? And then after ego there is a mind. This is a very simple chart I make, complete chart of Samkhya that has 25 elements that I do not want to present here because then it will be so complex you will get confused. So that's why I represent in a simple form. If you want to go to the detailed chart, it is there on the website under study material section. There is one article about Samkhya just to brief about it. Yeah. So total 25 elements. I just put it in simple way for our understanding since we do not have that background. Is okay? Otherwise, putting everything make you super complex. Okay? Now, if you see the ego, let's say for example, if I give this example, I am keeping this pen here. Sorry. Yeah. So if I am keeping the pen here, right? Now you see, intellectually I am deciding, okay, decision whether I should touch and feel and experience and grab the pen or not. Decision is made, yes, grab it. No? Now this decision is passed on to the ego, to the driving force to make it happen, right? And then through that what is happening? It comes to the mind to process. So mind is like a processor. It needs to process to satisfy ego and intellect. Okay? So now mind is processing. What mind have? It will use the instrument of senses, right? Actually there are 10 senses. As you know, only 5 in Samkhya, we say there are 10 senses. That's why I'm saying I'm not going to make it complex. So let it think as senses, right? So what it does, what mind does, if suppose you look into it, and what input, how is getting the input? Through senses, no? Mind is getting the input through senses. So, and then it process. So let's say mind use the faculty of senses to sense where is the pen. Through eyes, I recognize, okay, this is the green, white, black, this is the pen, right? Now there is what we call karmendriya, the senses of action. One is the hand. So what is happening? To interact with the pen, you need to have something gross, right? So these are the 5 elements. They are gross, right? To grab the pen, I need also something to gross things, right? So this is one senses that is called hand. It's called karmendriya, the senses of action. Okay? So through that, eyes recognize the pen, and now through my hand, I'm able to grab. Now I'm able to grab the pen and feel it. Now mind processed. What was decision? To grab it intellectually, and your ego is satisfied. Now you are able to grab, right? Is that okay, guys? Now I'm giving a situation, I'm keeping pen there. For example, in hypothetical situation, right? Again, decision is made by the intellectually, grab the pen, right? Ego process, ask the mind to process it, right? To grab. Mind processed, it processed, and let's say for example, and through my sense of action, which is hand, I am not able to grab the pen. What will happen? Everyone is frustrated. Your ego is frustrated, intellectually you are frustrated, and ego-wise you are frustrated, right? Because it doesn't happen as you decided, as your ego want, as your intellect wanted, right? This is exactly happens in our day-to-day life. If something doesn't happen as you wanted, you feel frustrated, right? And if something happened as you wanted, no problem in life, no? Why we are sad? Why we are having resentment? Why we are having grudge? Because things are not happening as you wanted intellectually, as your ego wanted, but it didn't happen. Whatever limitation you had, but it didn't happen, right? Now, I am taking a third scenario. Intellectually, I am taking a decision this time. Okay, if I should try to grab the pen. If I will get it, that's okay. If I will not get, that's perfectly fine for me. Can you imagine? Can you see how the third time intellectually decision is taken, right? So if I am grabbing it, very good, very nice. If I am not able to grab it, it's still very nice, very good, right? Now I tried to grab it, but I couldn't. Let's say, still I am not frustrated this time in third scenario, because intellectually decision was like that. So it depends how wisely decision you take in your life, less and less misery for you. No? If your decision is wise, no misery. If your decision is not wise intellectually, then misery is waiting for you. Is that okay? You getting my point? How we are behaving with these elements, right? How intellect is behaving, how ego is, how mind, how senses, and how 5 elements. No? Let's say, for example, you are eating a food which is very nice, and suddenly someone came and it fell down from the table. You feel frustrated because food was so nice, you are in the process, and then it fell down. You can't eat now. No? So, but if it was your decision, food is very nice, that's okay, I'm enjoying. And still if I don't get, that's anyway okay, right? So it depends how you take the decision in your life, that matters whether how is your happiness, how is your senses, how is your frustration, whether you are getting frustrated or not. It depends solely on your intellectual decision. No? That's why we say, once you have wisdom, then less and less and less suffering. Once there is no wisdom, everywhere there is suffering. No? To suffer, you no need to go anywhere. Your mind and body itself is capable to give you a lot of pain. You no need to ask anyone else, basically. We ourselves have that capability that we can suffer. We can be frustrated, we can be angry, we can be jealous, we can have a heart attack and this and that. Enough in this, no? But once your intellect and decision is like that, you are free from it. Let's take one more practical example. For example, we are from everywhere, and then here we don't know, and suddenly earthquake happens. For example, 8.3 Richter scale, super high, and everything is shaking. Everyone here will take a different approach. Someone will run quickly, someone will stay silent, someone will not even know what to do, they may faint, right? So that means everyone is behaving differently. If someone take decision, yes, let's run, automatically body and in your body, heartbeat and breath and muscles and everything is ready to run fast, right? Once person take the decision, let it be, I'm not gonna stand up and walk, I will breathe deeply and stay here, doesn't matter if I'm living or dying. There is no rushing in the heartbeat, right? It is one thought in your mind can make your heartbeat fast, and one thought in your mind can make your heartbeat slow. That means your intellectual decision is so powerful. Can you imagine? No? So one who is rushing fast because of intellectually took the decision, run away. One who is not rushing is staying here, intellectually took a decision, doesn't matter. Other one was not even able to decide what to do, how to respond. They just fainted, fell down, right? Stuck. What to do? It happens, right, in our life? No? So, what I was saying? Yes. The way how intellectual decision is taken in you, your suffering, your joy and your suffering depends on that. Is that okay, guys? So if you look this body, this is not just a physical body. How they are integrated everything in you, right? How these layers are integrated and making you. Is that okay? And in that, if I say, what you say? When you realize self-realization, right? People say self-realization is the yoga. What is the supreme yoga? When you realize yourself. So what you realize? The moment you realize that, okay, look, I am not only the gross body. I am not only the senses. I am not only the mind. Because generally we think, okay, I am this body. I am this mind, no? And then you realize I am not only this ego, I am not only this intellect, but I am the consciousness. That is the self-realization, right? So you see, yoga is also called, instead of union, other way if I say, it is actually separation. You are separating, look, I am not this mind, I am not this body, I am not this intellect, I am not this ego, but I am the consciousness. So to understand this process going back, you need to understand how we made from these elements. Is that okay? Yeah? So if you look here, so how we made, then only you can go back and realize the consciousness. No? Because first you know that what is our building blocks. Then only we can see, okay, look, this is our building blocks. I am not only this mind, I am not only this body, but as a whole, I am this also and this also. Combination of these two are making you. Is that okay, guys? Yeah?
Can you give the definition of intellect again?
Definition of intellect, you can say what it does, it discriminates. Discriminate doesn't mean bad way. Discrimination means how to segregate. No? So let's say, if I want to segregate, okay, this is the cat and this is the dog. Segregation happens. This is the me and this is the rest of the creation. So intellect, what it does immediately, it is make you separate. Look, this is Mundi and the rest of the world. This is how you interact, right? This is how you interact. No? To interact with the world, this is how you see, this is me and this is the rest of the world. And then to interact with the world, you create relationships. No? Relationship with your partner, relationship with your parents, relationship with your society, relationship with your toothbrush. Yes, this is very important relationship. When I say relationship, it doesn't mean with the people and society. Our relationship with our matter also. It depends. No, you wake up automatically, there is one relationship is fixed, to clean the teeth. No? So that's why I'm saying, because of this individuality, you start creating the relationship with the world around you to interact with. How you interact? With your senses, with your mind. No? So that's why we say sometime yoga is also viyoga. Viyoga, that give ability to separate and realize the self. Right? I'm telling the same thing basically, but different angle. If you look whatever we discussed yesterday, it is not different from that. Why? Because what I said yesterday, yoga is the realization that there is no separation.